safeties at this point?
Well, I think we're doing a good job. I think we're progressing. I think we're moving in the right direction. I like the way the older guys have stepped up and started to play and started to show some leadership. And Kevon Coleman and having Kendrick Market back out there really makes a big difference for us.
Are they feeling the pressure from some of those younger guys like Bryant and Peters and McLaurin?
Well, those young guys do not have the experience right now. So we're bringing them along, and we're kind of pressing them forward to try to bring them along. But right now, we're just trying to get them to just perform like a college football player. But we all got to remember they all freshmen. They never played a college game before.
Brendan talked about that he wasn't mentally ready last year and he was lost a lot of times. Where do you see him right now? Do you feel like this is kind of his time to move in there and step in?
Certainly, I think so. He's worked really hard. He's a really talented athlete, and just learning how to play and learning the scheme and having confidence when you go out there, even when something bad happens, being able to come back the next play and not let the previous play bother him, but play the next play and play the next play and play the next play. And that's something, and that develops consistency, and that's the thing that he's got to continue to develop.
What did you take away from the scrimmage the other night with your group?
I thought we tackled well. I thought we played hard. We were very consistent and on the defensive side of the ball.
I know last year Jay was responsible for a lot of the checks and the audibles in secondary. Who's kind of filling that role this year?
It's definitely Kevon and definitely Kendrick Market, and then of course the other kid is Deontay Evans that has some experience also. So those three kids have played in big games, and so they have a lot more experience and confidence in making checks and calls and doing different things.
Kevon talked about taking over a leadership role in spring. How do you think he's progressed with that?
I think he's done an excellent job. He's also a kid that's in a situation where he's never been a starter before. He was a backup or a role player, and he played a major role and a lot of success here. And now it's his turn, and just like in the past, we've had guys like Charles Mitchell, Wade Barner, Nico Whitley, Jay, all of those guys that embrace that role, and Kevon has embraced that role also, just like those other kids in the past.
At this point of camp, how do you strike that balance of getting the veterans on their pace, but also bringing the new kids along so fast?
We just got to continue to push, to get better every single day. Can't be inconsistent. You can't have one good day, then the next day you're kind of down. And that's what you see a lot of time with young kids is that, hey, I had a great day. I went out there, I made some plays, everything was, great. So tomorrow, I may not be feeling as good and I don't have as good a day, but in the SEC, you can't have a bad day. And that's where we just got to continue to put, the older guys have got to continue to pull the younger guys and say, hey, what you did yesterday is not enough because it actually doesn't mean anything. It's the next day, it's the next play.
With your position, losing as many people as it did, how crucial was the spring, for guys to come in and step up and play those first and second team reps?
It was very crucial, and like we said earlier, especially for kids like Brandon, who has not played in a college game yet, and the spring was crucial for him with an opportunity to improve, and so it was very important that he have a good spring and he continues to have a good camp, as we prepare for the first game.
At this point with Kendrick Market, is he back full go 100%, or is there still some things that he's kind of sitting out of?
He's working, and had a great day today. So we just pushing him into that, all the way up into the game.
After seeing Jay and Nico go through that same injury and out a little bit more extendedly, How impressive was it to see Kendrick come back after 6 months or so and come back in pretty good shape?
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing thing that he has done because, you know, that's a very, very traumatic. I mean, it could be a career-ending injury for a lot of people, and for him to come back as quick as he has and is playing, you know, on the level that he's playing right now, you know, it's a miracle, it's a blessing. But it says a lot about the kid. He's, you know, he's a winner. You know, he's tough. He epitomizes what our program is all about. You know, and whatever you look at his size, his height, his speed, and all that, and it doesn't on paper look that impressive. But when you put him on a football field, he plays football, and he's one of the toughest players that's out there on the field.
What does it do for the safeties to have him out there, a guy that's been to the SEC, been through the grind, and started games?
He means a tremendous amount to the whole secondary. He's the glue. You know, he all of the guys in the secondary look up to him, and I would even say not just in the secondary, but probably on the whole defense. You know, he's one of our top leaders because he doesn't say a whole lot. He's a quiet guy, but you know, they all say, hey, that's the poke dog, you know.
His adventures. What's it like with Manny this time around?
It's been great. You know, I enjoyed working with Manny the first time around, and he's a very high energy, a very intense competitor, and very, very smart, intelligent football coach. And he wherever he's coached, he's always got his defenses to play like his personality. So all of us are following his lead and putting the best defense that we can put together out there.